There is a quiet fear that many of us carry after the age of 60. It isn't a sharp pain or an obvious symptom. It is a moment of silence. The moment a friend quietly shifts a little farther away when you sit down. Or when a beloved grandchild runs in for a hug but hesitates and pulls back just a little too soon. Not a single word is spoken, but an invisible wall seems to go up, and it can leave a deep mark on the heart. This is a truth that millions of older adults are experiencing in silence, a subtle change in body scent that appears with time. I want you to hear this clearly. It is not because you are unclean or careless about yourself. It is simply the way our bodies naturally change. But today we are not going to let that change define our lives. Together we are going to tear down that invisible wall. I'm Dr. David, and I'm here to have an honest and helpful conversation with you. I love knowing where our community is watching from. Please let me know what city, what country you're tuning in from. And if these are the kind of sincere conversations you're looking for, I invite you to subscribe to our channel. Together we can make the later years a time of confidence, closeness, and dignity. So let's start by understanding what is really happening inside our bodies. I once met Arthur, a 72-year-old retired teacher. He was a wonderfully neat, well-groomed man who took great pride in his daily routines. Yet one afternoon, while his daughter was hosting friends at his home, he happened to overhear a quiet remark. Someone said that Arthur's house had a bit of a strange smell. The comment wasn't loud, but it was loud enough. That night, he sat in his armchair much longer than usual. For the first time, he avoided the goodnight hug he always shared with his grandchildren. This experience is far more common than people think, and it often comes down to 3 natural changes in the body after the age of 60. First, our sweat glands slow down. Think back to when we were younger. Sweat was like a daily cleansing process, helping to flush toxins out of the body. When we produce less sweat, those toxins and bacteria can build up, especially in the folds of our skin. They linger, creating an unwelcome environment. Second, and this is a key point, the oils on our skin change. A compound called Nonenal starts to appear around middle age. When this compound mixes with bacteria on the skin, it creates a distinct, slightly musty, waxy scent. This is the very scent that many people associate with aging. Third, the production of saliva in our mouths drops by more than half. Saliva is the mouth's quiet guardian, washing away bacteria and keeping everything fresh. When there's less of it, bacteria can multiply quickly, even if you brush regularly, leading to persistent bad breath. I need to repeat this. These are not signs of neglect. This is simply biology. But biology does not have to control the way we live and feel. One of the most practical first steps is to focus on hydration. Try to drink at least 6 glasses of warm water each day. Warm water helps the body flush out waste more efficiently, keeping your skin and mouth healthier from the inside out. Another is to keep moving. A gentle 20-minute walk under the soft sunlight not only helps your circulation, but it also allows your body to release toxins through light perspiration. Arthur tried these 2 changes for just 1 week. By the end of it, he noticed something subtle yet powerful. The hugs felt easier. The conversations felt warmer. That invisible distance was shrinking. Have you ever felt that invisible distance? If you know what I mean, please type yes in the comments. You are not alone in this feeling. Now that we understand the cause, let's look deeper at how small changes in our daily habits can create a powerful shift. I remember my meeting with Eleanor, a 69-year-old grandmother. She told me that she had stopped speaking closely to her grandchildren. No one had ever said a word, but she could sense their hesitation. She carried this quiet worry with her for months, like a small cloud that followed her and dimmed her joy. When we talked, she began to understand that it wasn't her fault. It was simply the way her skin and her mouth had changed over time. The moment she truly understood that, the shame began to fade. And from there, we worked on simple, specific steps she could take right away. The first was bathing with intention. Most of us wash every day, but we often miss the key areas where odor tends to build up. These are the spots behind the ears, the back of the neck, under the breasts and the groin, and between the toes. These folds in the skin trap moisture and become a perfect home for bacteria. Gently cleaning these spots every day with warm water protects the skin and reduces the scent right at its source. The second step was caring for her mouth beyond just brushing. We added a tongue scraper to her morning routine. This helps to remove the film of bacteria that a toothbrush can often miss. After each meal, she would rinse with water to keep her mouth fresh and moist. And whenever she felt a bit of dryness, she would chew on a slice of fresh apple to encourage saliva production. Finally, we adjusted her diet. Adding antioxidant-rich foods like tomatoes, cucumbers, and berries helped her skin fight the oxidation process, which is what produces that nonenal compound. Within 2 weeks, Eleanor noticed her confidence return. Her laughter came easier, her hugs lasted longer. Science explains this very simply. By reducing bacteria, improving hydration, and supporting skin health from the inside, the body regains its natural balance. And with that balance comes a sense of freedom in daily life. Have you ever tried focusing on just one of these habits? Let me know in the comments which one you would start with. Type 1 for bathing, 2 for oral care, or 3 for diet. Next, we'll explore how the environment around you, from your clothes to your bedding, can either help or harm your sense of freshness. When I visited Carol, a 74-year-old woman, her home was warm and welcoming. But she shared a concern with me. Even after bathing diligently every day, she felt the scent would quickly return. So we looked beyond her personal care routine. We turned our attention to her surroundings. Clothing and fabrics can hold on to odor much longer than we realize. A shirt worn a second time, a towel left damp, or bed sheets left unchanged for weeks can all reintroduce bacteria to clean skin. Carol started changing her underwear and tops every single day. Towels were washed twice a week, and her bed sheets were fresh every 7 days. Within a few days, she noticed a remarkable difference. The freshness from her morning shower now lasted all day long. We also made one small change to her footwear. She began rotating her shoes, letting each pair air out for at least a full day before wearing them again. She chose cotton socks that absorb moisture, keeping her feet dry and healthy. Then we revisited and reinforced the habits of hydration and movement. Every morning after her walk, Carol would drink a glass of warm water. This helped her body flush away toxins while her circulation was still active from the gentle exercise. Science fully supports these changes. Odor-causing bacteria thrive in warm, moist fabrics and on skin that isn't completely dry. By breaking that cycle, the source of the scent is dramatically reduced. One afternoon, Carol told me, "I don't even think about it anymore. I can focus on my family, on enjoying my time, not on what they might be noticing." Have you ever changed something in your environment and felt an immediate difference? Share just one word about that experience in the comments. Maybe sunshine, breeze, or fresh. Now that you've heard how Arthur, Eleanor, and Carol found their confidence again, let's bring it all together and talk about how you can start today. Freshness is not just about smelling good. It is about feeling comfortable in your own skin. It is about knowing that when someone leans in for a hug, they are fully present without any hesitation. The body changes with age, that is a fact. Sweat glands slow down, skin oils shift, the mouth becomes drier. But none of these changes have to define your daily life. You have seen how Arthur rebuilt his confidence through hydration and gentle movement. How Eleanor focused on key bathing habits and nourishing foods. How Carol made her home environment work for her instead of against her. Each of them began with small, simple steps. And those steps added up to something powerful. You can do the same. You do not need to overhaul your entire routine in one day. Start with just one change. Drink that extra glass of warm water. Gently clean behind your ears. Change into fresh clothes in the morning. These little acts repeated every day protect not just your cleanliness, but your dignity. They help you hold on to the closeness and warmth that make life so rich. If you found this conversation helpful, please give it a like. Share it with a friend who might need this encouragement. And please subscribe for more simple, proven ways to stay strong, fresh, and confident in the years ahead. Your body is not a burden, it is your home. Your legs are not just limbs, they are your freedom.